All right, we're still here at the Silver Reef Resort, getting ready to start our trek back to Valencia, and just thought I'd give you one last shot. The food here was amazing. I can't wait to come back and try everything. Wow, it was really, really good.
Healthy.
And we almost turned around and left here because there was no sign for the restaurant. So we came searching for this restaurant that had 5 stars on Google reviews, and we drove back and found the resort, but there was no sign for the restaurant. We saw the coffee shop. So we were leaving, and Chin called, and they said, no, we're back, like on the beach. We're part of the resort. And man, I'm glad we stopped and ate there. That was 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely nothing less than amazing. So if you're in the Dauin area and you haven't eaten there, you're missing out. And this was our first trip to Dauin. I didn't realize it was this close. I mean, that's really close, if you ask me. And the roads in Dauin are wide and smooth. And it's pretty much like this into Bakong. So things don't start to get narrow until you get into Dumaguete and Valencia. But I thought I'd share this, or at least some of this trip, with you guys. So I don't know if you saw, look at this kid on the back here. So I've been looking for a club, a riding club, which they're common in the Philippines. You know, joining a group that rides scooters or motorcycles. They don't differentiate. From what I understand, they group them all together and call them motors or motos or something. But anyway, I messaged one of these. I was looking behind me. This guy just came barreling around me. I'm doing 80 kilometers an hour. But I messaged the guy, a group on Facebook, and the guy responded back, and he says, he tells me a little bit about their riding group. And I said, yeah, I've been riding my whole life. And he says, do you know hand signaling? And I'm like, well, unless you're talking about something that I'm not familiar with, yeah, I mean, there's not much to it, right? I just thought that was interesting, right? To ask someone, do you know hand signaling? That's like, do you know how to walk? I mean, if you're in traffic, you've seen it. Even if you'd never rode a motorcycle, you've seen it a million times. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the roads here. This is Dauin and Bakong. I don't know if I'm saying those right. They surprised me. And as close as it is to Valencia, I'm sure we'll be out here more. It's just a straight shot from Valencia Plaza. You go straight into Bakong. You hit this road right here. And go left or right. You're riding along the beach.
Very nice. I love it. I can drive here. There's not a lot. Really wide roads. I feel like I'm in the States again.
It's not overcrowded. Not like if you're in Dumaguete, you're fighting traffic. But again, everything pales in comparison to Cebu.
Yeah.
And I don't wish Lapu-Lapu upon my worst enemy. That place is, if I never have to go back to Lapu-Lapu, I will be incredibly happy. You can sit for an hour to go a mile.
We still have to go there.
And it's a major destination, right? It's a major tourist destination. And why? I guess the island is full of, Lapu-Lapu is full of resorts, but they don't appeal to me. Nothing's worth nothing's worth that traffic. I got zero sleep last night, guys. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm like half asleep. So it's what time is it? It's 12:40. I worked from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then got up at 7 or 7:30. Took my daughter to school, and then we went and walked over an hour.
Yes.
Probably about an hour and 15 minutes. We walked up into Apalong. Yeah, I got a good workout, and then we headed to Dauin. I don't know how you say it. Dauin. So and that's been the day so far. But I'll get a few hours of sleep tonight, and hopefully that'll recharge me. I need to get a mount for my phone, and I'm procrastinating because I have two other cameras that I intend on using for any driving vlogs, but the S23 does all right. It makes some nice quality videos, I have to admit, especially at night. I was really surprised the other night. I did a night vlog driving from Cebulan to Valencia, and the quality was amazing. I'm tempted to just strap my S23 to my head at night and just drive looking through the screen of the S23. You can see everything. Did you notice that? How trucks will, most people will pass on the left. Even if in the US we would take the right lane, right? Like, even though actually neither of these you should do. This guy should get over, right? That's like the proper thing, but you'll see cars just go into oncoming traffic and pass on the left more than anything. So my neighbor, who we've been hanging out a fair amount, he told me he won't pass on the right. So even if you have this, which, I mean, I agree, you're not supposed to, right? It's not how traffic is supposed to work. But I'm guilty of passing on the right sometimes. And they certainly are. They do it sometimes as well, but they do tend to pass on the left. But welcome to Bacong. All right, so we just exited Dauin and now we're in Bacong.
Yeah, I love Dauin. My new favorite spot.
And I think we're in the perfect place, honestly, because I didn't realize we were this close. When we were looking at places to live, we didn't really consider Bacong or Dauin. But looking now, it'd be perfectly feasible. There'd be nothing wrong with this. But I have to admit, I'm confident we'll be happier in Valencia because you don't have to run the AC at night. Like, it's cool there. The temperature is cool at night. You can leave your windows open and just, or not, or you can minimally run the air conditioner. Electricity's
Cheaper.
it's definitely going to cost less, or at least you're going to have a smaller electricity bill there. I'd be curious if Dauin and Bekong use the same, if they're on the same power grid, if they use the thermal power. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's only Valencia does it.
When we were up in Apalong today, they have this spring, and people go there and fill up their jugs with water there, with fresh water. It's spring water, but they just drink it right out of the spring like that, and it just goes 24/7. They have this faucet that just gushes fresh spring water 24/7. And apparently it's perfectly safe to drink. You know, there's plenty of people, again, there's people filling up their jugs constantly there. They don't care. A solid line, that's all right. One of the things that I love about Negros is the sparsity of police. If you're in Cebu, there's going to be police on every corner. And if you're a foreigner, they're going to wave you down. At least that's how it was when I was there last. But here, you rarely... I haven't seen a checkpoint. We've been here a few weeks now. We haven't seen a checkpoint. I never see...
People are nicer.
Yeah, I never see police. They're definitely nicer people, right? It's called the
Gentle.
Island of Gentle People or City of Gentle People. Something. Is it the island? I can't remember. I don't know if it's Dumaguete, that's the city of gentle people, or Negros is the island of gentle people, but it's one of those, right? And they are known for their demeanor, right? They're chill here. In Cebu, when you would walk around, when a mixed couple would walk around, someone would have something to say, you know, you'd get remarks, but you don't get that here.
Turn left onto Valencia Road.
Everyone's super respectful. And there's our home, right up there.
The mountains.
So it was one turn. So we you know, from that main road that goes through Dauin and Bekong, you take one turn and this takes you straight to Valencia Plaza. So you're right to the heart of Valencia. the rules of the road are definitely different here if you've never been outside the U.S. Me, I've lived in Europe, and I've traveled Asia and Russia and driven in all those places, so it wasn't too different for me. But you adjust to it. It's just normal. You just if you've never been outside the U.S., well, some of this will seem kind of crazy, but it's just how they do.